Hi everyone, it's Natalie here. I decided it's time to do the self-compassion challenge, and the way I most easily will commit to things is by being accountable somewhere. So instead of being random about it, I'm going to be very measured and very, um, what's the word I want? Well, uh, regular about it. So for 7 days, and today is Friday the 28th, I'm going to post every day for a week to reflect on self compassion, which is great. It's one of my favorite things. And sometimes it's still really hard to do, right? So you can watch me reflect on it and be really honest, which I think is helpful sometimes, right? So I decided to use, because there's an element of shadow in all of this, I'm using the Shadowlands Tarot by Monica Bodierski. Again, a deck I really love because it will deliver the truth very intelligently and with a definite balance and sense of humor and lightness. Yeah, so I love that. It's very balanced. So the person who started this, if you want to participate, is Science to Soul Tarot, which is Jen, and I have her videos, and her original one on this particular challenge is posted below. It's really beautiful watching everyone's replies and reflections. It was inspiring. It was really inspiring, and I realized, like, yeah, no, I could really, if I'm going to dive deep in this will be the way to do it. So the card I drew for today is the Six of Pentacles, and sometimes self-care and self-compassion mean being willing to accept from others, that, and also to remember that you don't have to wait to accept from others. It's okay to give to yourself. But I feel like with me on this one, this is more about asking for help when I need it. Yeah. And I feel like that is most necessary right now with regards to, you know, telling my partner when I need help with Noah, because at the moment there's always a lot. He does really, really well, but having a dog that's disabled, right, where he, his back legs don't really work. They're not completely paralyzed, but he needs a lot of help to get out of the house. He needs a lot of help. Oop, he knows I'm talking about him. He needs a lot of help in the house, like just to go from one room to the next, because I hate watching him drag. He can do it, but I also worry that if he's like pulling and dragging on his upper, shoulders, that's it's not good for them, right? And I'm trying to reduce the amount of stress that he has on there. Um, that's hard. That's hard. And I need to be able to, I can't really leave and be gone from the house for too long, like more than work, because it's really upsetting and disorienting to him because he's so dependent on me. So, yeah, it's, accepting some help and asking for it as well. And Thomas said, like, please ask when you need help. Like, when you need help getting him up and down the stairs, please ask. I've managed to I found some stretches and things to kind of get my tendon problem under control. I was getting like tennis elbow in both of my elbows from like lifting, which is a pattern that started. It's worse in my left side because I was using my left arm to lift his butt, and then and I still do. So the front half lifts him in the front when we go up and down stairs, and this one's lifting the butt. But thankfully, I have found some things that have helped reduce that inflammation and make me feel better, so that those tendons can heal. But yeah, just asking for help when I need it. I could probably also be more, it's pentacles too, right? So another way I could see this in reflection is to spend more time reflecting on the positive ways in my life where that that joyful flow of offering and receiving is really taking place. So one place where that's happening beautifully, I feel, is in my work situation with the doc. She's a really gentle, generous human being. She had a list of things for me to do when I got to work yesterday. And, so I had the Post-it notes and all the stuff around my desk and a really nice little chunk of chocolate because she knows I love chocolate. And it wasn't to butter me up. It's just one of those, I really appreciate you. You're doing things for me and I really appreciate you. When you think, when I think and spend time of like reflecting on those kinds of things and the ways in which they play out, I feel better. I feel energized. I feel supported. It awakens everything in me that's loving and gentle and kind, and that wants to engage in a balanced, offer, receive arrangement. I could probably also look too at where I'm viewing things transactionally, like I'm giving you this, therefore you should be giving this back, and vice versa. This was given to me. Notice I'm saying given rather than offered. Those are for me, those are very specific. Because when I think of somebody giving me something, to me, I think on some level, I'm waiting to find out like what strings are attached to that. Whereas if something is freely offered, when I offer something freely, I do it without an expectation that something should be given in return. It's no strings attached. And that's always the intent. It's not always what I'm able to do, but I need to remember that. I need to remember like, oh gosh, that's where I can really hear it. That's where it's sinking in so deeply. Like and I do that at home. I did all of this, therefore you should do this and this and this. That's hard because that means that where I'm overdoing things, like I'm doing too much of the cleaning, I'm taking on too much of the household responsibilities in terms of caring for the home, and not saying I can't give this freely anymore without starting to attach to it or attach that there should be something in return for it. That tells me on a really deep level, I actually have to put my money where my mouth is and say like, I can't do this without feeling resentful. That's a string that's attached. And I need to ask you to help. I need to ask you to help me, please. And I need to maybe reflect too on like what would be the best way to engage that conversation, so that it's not blaming and shaming. Believe it or not, that I'm perfectly capable of having those words come right out of my mouth and in a way that's really destructive and not very compassionate. And on that level, finding the way to speak those truths is a way of being able to do it to do it in a way that is not harmful to someone else, because it considers how they will receive what you're saying, means that, it's an act of self-compassion as well, because it means that I've taken the time to find the right words to resolve how I'm feeling in myself, because that's sometimes why it's hard to find the right words, right? And then find the way to speak it so that there's balance. But then the task there is then don't become too attached to how it's received, right? Because then if I put all that effort in, these are my patterns, right? I know them too well. If I put all that effort in and then I don't get the result I was wanting or hoping for or expecting, then it's like, why did I put all of that effort into trying to find the right way to tell you if all you're going to do is take it the wrong way? that's a frustrating aspect of practice that's very real. That sometimes you can put so much effort into finding the best possible way to say something, hoping that you're not going to wound or hurt the other person. But the truth is, we can never know how they're going to take it. And that's also not an excuse not to do the work. Like if you can't control how they're going to take it, why worry about how you say something? I've tried that. It doesn't work very well for me either. So the path, I think, is find the best possible way to speak kindly, honestly, and directly, and then let go of attachment to what the result of that is. That's the part I can't control. Yeah. Wow. It's deep. There's always a lot. There's always a lot there. Yeah. Okay. Well, that's honest and fair. That's something I need to look at and work on. Definitely. So, I'm really glad I did this. I need to spend some time with that. All right. Thank you so much, Jen, for posting this and for starting this challenge. Again, it overlaps so beautifully with so many different things that I love and appreciate. So, yeah. All right. I will see you tomorrow for the next one. Bye.